Hi, I'm David Wargin of Standard & Poor's, and welcome to another installment of Credit Matters. For several years, Standard & Poor's has been providing in-depth analysis of the worldwide implications of demographic change on sovereign ratings and its impact on public finances. With us here today, we have Marko Mrsnik, Standard & Poor's Sovereign Credit Analyst. Marko, welcome to the program.
Thank you, David.
Our last edition was in 2007. What makes this report different than previous editions?
Well, the first thing is that we have currently much broader geographical coverage. Namely, since 2007, a number of information on the long-term age-related spending trends has become available for emerging market economies. This includes Brazil, India, China. It also includes Russia, Ukraine, and a number of other countries, which makes a total of 49 countries that are currently covered in the report. In total, it means also that we are currently covering more than two-thirds of world population, which I think makes S&P quite a global reference in this area. What is new is, of course, a new budgetary position on the whole, especially in advanced economies. In North America as well as Europe, we saw deterioration in budgetary position, widening of the deficits, growth of debt burden, which will make the challenge of containing the future age-related spending the more difficult. In addition, we have a set of updated long-term projections, as well as additional pieces of analysis regarding sustainability gaps, that is, indicators which allow us to observe what is actually the required permanent adjustment that needs to be made in order to satisfy sustainability constraints. So, in other words, it indicates in numerical terms what kind of effort, be it on the structural reform side or be it on the budgetary consolidation side, would lead public finances to a sustainable condition.
Okay. What would you say are two or three of the key findings of the 2010 report?
Well, as I already mentioned in part, what we saw since 2007 was this rapid deterioration in the underlying budgetary position, and this is, of course, impacts the future simulation of debt ratios. This is certainly one of the most important elements that we have to take into account when analyzing how the countries or sovereigns themselves will be able to get themselves ready in order to prepare also structural reforms that are still pending and are necessary to contain budgetary cost of aging.
As you had mentioned, the report includes a simulation of hypothetical ratings. I was wondering if you could talk about that in a little more detail.
Yes. This exercise contains a simplified model for assigning ratings in the future based on two main elements. One is sovereign's wealth, which is in our case characterized by GDP per capita and its evolution over the long-term period, as well as budgetary performance, which contains developments on the deficit, that is balance side, and developments on the debt side. So we are taking basically three elements and merge them into one piece of information, which is finally hypothetical ratings. It is quite obvious that under no policy change scenario, the situation is unsustainable. The challenge is particularly marked since 2020 onwards, when the demographic profile as well as the profile of age-related spending worsens dramatically and therefore puts the ratings under downward pressure. Under different scenarios like that, no aging scenario, where a country would be adopting a full set of structural reforms in order to fully reverse or fully tackle the future growth in age-related spending. There we see much more stable development, as we do in a scenario under which a sovereign would be balancing its budget by 2016. So our simulations of the scenarios also indicate what are the benefits of different policy strategies for the sovereigns when they decide to tackle the ongoing spending pressures.
Thank you, Marko, for joining us today.
Thank you, David.
And on behalf of Standard & Poor's, thank you for joining us. And for more information about the report, please feel free to log on to our website at www.standardandpoors.com. Thank you.